In the pantheon of Norse mythology, names like Odin, Thor, and Loki dominate our imagination. Tales of gods wielding thunder, weaving fate, or bringing about Ragnarok are well known. But scattered throughout the sagas and Eddic poetry are fleeting references to lesser-known deities, gods who once stood tall in oral tradition, but were gradually eclipsed by more dominant figures. Among them is Menulis, an enigmatic and often overlooked god associated with the moon. Menulis, sometimes referred to as Mani or a variation thereof in older texts, occupies a complex place in Norse cosmology. Unlike his more popular celestial counterpart Sol, the sun goddess, Menulis has remained in the shadows, both figuratively and literally. His name is sometimes synonymous with Mani, the personified moon in Norse myth, but some interpretations suggest Menulis was a distinct, older figure who predated or paralleled Mani as a lunar deity. According to surviving mythological fragments, Menulis rode across the night sky in a chariot, pulled by shadowy steeds or cosmic wolves, illuminating the darkened realm with his pale, cold light. Unlike Sol's bright and blazing journey that governed daylight and activity, Menulis watched over dreams, secrecy, and introspection. The moon was a sign of time's passage, and in a society where seafaring and agriculture relied heavily on lunar cycles, Menulis held profound yet underappreciated significance. What sets Menulis apart from many other gods is the mystery surrounding his origin and influence. Some scholars theorize that he may have originally been a Baltic or Proto-Germanic figure, absorbed into Norse cosmology over time. His name appears in varying forms across cultures, suggesting that his identity evolved as oral traditions migrated and morphed. In Baltic mythology, Menulis is the name of a male moon deity who is romantically linked with the goddess of the dawn. The similarities are striking and have led some historians to believe that Menulis may have entered Norse tradition from this source, only to be gradually reshaped or erased. Despite his relative obscurity, Menulis was deeply connected with concepts central to Norse spirituality: fate, time, and the balance of light and dark. The Norse viewed the world as a cyclical and often hostile place, where survival depended on understanding the forces that governed nature. The moon's waxing and waning were seen as omens, affecting not only crops and tides, but also human emotion and destiny. In this way, Menulis became an unspoken force, silently guiding mortals and gods alike through cycles of change and transformation. There are also interpretations that link Menulis with the mysterious runes, sacred symbols believed to contain divine power and hidden knowledge. Since runes were often carved under moonlight or used in rituals during lunar phases, Menulis may have been invoked by seers, velvas, and practitioners of Seidr magic. His association with the moon lent him an aura of foresight, making him a patron of diviners and those who walked between the worlds of the seen and unseen. The decline of Menulis in Norse storytelling likely corresponds with the broader shift from oral paganism to written Christian records. As Norse myths were recorded in texts like the Prose Edda and Poetic Edda, compiled centuries after the Viking Age ended, lesser-known deities fell by the wayside. Scribes, influenced by Christian ideology and limited by memory and intent, prioritized tales of gods with moral resonance or dramatic narratives. Menulis, with his quiet mystery and lack of heroic epics, was pushed into the margins of myth. Yet interest in Menulis has seen a quiet resurgence in modern neo-pagan circles and mythological studies. As people explore reconstructed Norse beliefs and search for spiritual paths outside mainstream religion, deities like Menulis are being rediscovered and honored once more. Artists and storytellers are also drawn to his elusive nature, finding in the moon god a symbol of shadowed beauty, forgotten power, and eternal cycles. Menulis represents something often lost in myth, the quiet forces that shape life behind the scenes. He is the keeper of secrets, the silent observer, the god who doesn't command thunder or war but governs rhythm, reflection, and ritual. In a world obsessed with noise and spectacle, the forgotten moon god serves as a reminder of the sacred in stillness. Though eclipsed by louder legends, Menulis continues his celestial journey, watching, waiting, and shining softly in the dark.